G'day, this is Simon and James at South OC Cars and Coffee. Perfect day today, perfect weather, some really cool cars as well. What have you seen?
There is a cool group of cars here this morning. It's kind of an eclectic mix of exotics this morning. A whole bunch of old Porsches and new Porsches as well. A couple that caught my eye, 991.2 GT3 RS in Miami blue with color match seatbelts, which is a kind of a weird spec, but it's pretty sweet nonetheless. And then also we have a 992 Cabriolet as well. Just cool specs all around.
Excellent. Yeah, I've seen a couple of classic hot rods, including a Model T that you don't always see, and also a beautiful Land Rover Defender that's been here a couple of times as well. All original, looks absolutely great. Hey, don't forget, if you're coming to South OC Cars and Coffee, please remember to respect the rules. No speeding, no revving, no burnouts when you come in. Keep it nice and quiet. And also when you leave quietly and slowly, including getting onto the I-5 just to keep the neighbours happy. Well, let's go for a walk and check it out.
Here we have two absolutely timeless Porsches side by side. We have the 930 that belongs to Pete, who's a longtime supporter and good friend of the show. And then next to it, we have a beautiful 991.2 GT3 RS finished in Miami blue, which is definitely one of my favorite colors. I think the coolest thing about this car, though, is the fact that it does have color match seatbelts with those bucket seats. All around, just two gorgeous cars, very nicely spec'd. Really cool seeing them side by side. This is like Porsche Row this morning. We've got so many of them here. GT3, a 992 Turbo S, and then two more GT3s with a 992. We'll get to that one in just a second. But first off, just wanted to check out this 992 Cabriolet. Very nicely spec'd. Interesting blue interior with silver stitching. Not something that you see every day, but I think that it does work really well with the chalk that this is finished in. What a cool build. Here we have two more cars here. These were brought out by Iluso, who is a massive hypercar dealer here, local to Orange County. They're in Costa Mesa. Very nice 992 with interesting details on it. Blue pinstripe here on the headlights, which is definitely something that I haven't seen before. Matches the wheels very nicely. And then the blue stitching on the dash as well, tied in flawlessly. And then this is a 991.2 GT3 RS, similar to the Miami blue one. I do like the carbon hood on this, though. I always thought something that was interesting, though, is that they actually print on the Porsche logo just to save weight. It's all those little details that add up in the end, though, but two super cool cars. Here we have a little dynamic duo side by side. We have the Porsche GT4, which is actually a manual, super cool. And then next to it, we have a Ferrari Testarossa with a really nice tan interior. I think it works really well. Love the gated manual in there. I think it's a 5-speed. This thing just looks fantastic. Nice color combo. Coming to the end of the exotics row, I can see this beautiful Lamborghini Murcielago finished in gorgeous jet black paint. So much carbon on this thing, and to top it all off, a nice set of either 2 or 3-piece HREs. This thing's tied in very nicely, looks great.
Check this thing out, FJ40.
Yeah.
This is so cool, and I'm going to look on the front and tell you what year it is. This is about a 74, 73, early 72. See, I can't tell without the indicators on the side. However, in later ones we had straight down part on the grille there. This is great. Running gear, original.
No, it's Chevy 5.7 Vortex.
It's 5.7 Vortex. This is
but
beautiful.
62 axle, 80 in the back, so you know, triple lock, hub lockers in the front.
So I was just saying triple lockers, you probably didn't hear that through the microphone. This thing is tough. Absolutely love it. Great colour. This is a proper off-roader. Yeah, none of these Jeeps are American-made things. This is
yeah, with leaf springs.
Yeah, with leaf springs.
Gets the job done.
Exactly. Hey, that's great. Thanks for bringing it up.
All right, thanks.
have a look at this. This is a Cranbrook, Plymouth Cranbrook. Great looking car. Apparently frame off restoration on this guy. So pretty. The owner was just saying, he said these were not the best cars in the world, but this is the best model of those cars. Colour scheme is great. Look at the interior. I love the fact that the dashes and the steering wheel and everything all used to be colour coded. Overdrive. Very, very nice indeed. Such a simplistic looking car, but just wonderful. Check this thing out, not something you see every day. This is a 1970 Mercury Cyclone spoiler. From factory with a 429 Cobra Check, the owner was just saying. This is a rare car. Now, the body of it's basically the same as what you got with a Torino, but it was a lot more luxurious. So, what a beautiful looking car, great colour as well. And what an unusual back end on it. This thing is just great because you just don't see them anywhere. Can you imagine how proud the owner would have been, this thing rolling off the production line, taking delivery of it in 1970. What a great looking car. How long have you owned it?
About 2 years.
About 2 years. And it's obviously all been restored?
Yeah, the gentleman that owned it before me restored it.
Okay, so he was just saying the gentleman, if you didn't pick that up, gentleman owned it before him, restored it. What a great looking car. Really cool. Thanks for bringing it out. A couple of cool cars side by side. First of all, great looking 32 coupe, big chop on it, 383 small block Chev, wind 671 blower on it. Check out the rubber on the back. Be no traction issues with this guy. This is a tough looking thing. I was just talking to the owner and he was saying that somebody dropped a wooden pallet of water on the back and dented it, unfortunately, for the previous owner. But he's going to get it fixed and bring it back to its former glory, as he should. This is a tough looking hot rod here. Next to it, really nice looking 56. Same thing again, blowing small block in this thing. Very tough looking motor. Couple of Edelbrock carbs on the top. Of course, how to tell a 56 from 55, easiest way, rectangular front blinkers on the front of this. This thing, full-blown drag car, obviously. Roll cage, some decent gauges up there, including a shift light. Very, very nice, very tough looking car. How cool to see these two side by side. We were just looking at that Mercury, and look at this. Here is a Torino in exactly the same colour. So same body style, obviously, but the Torino was, I guess, more of the performance, less of the luxury version than what we just looked at before with that Cyclone. Great looking car, isn't it? I love cars of this era. It doesn't matter what brand it is, whether it's from Mopar, whether it's GM, or whether it's from Ford. Everything in this era looks so darn good. This thing's amazing. Not your average Tacoma. Check this out. This is running that 5.3 litre iron block LS they use in a lot of trucks. So not your little 4-cylinder. So not only does it have a V8 in there, it's got a snail bolted onto it as well. Decent fuel system as well. This thing would be such a handful, I am sure. A whole lot of fun. Some good seats, roll cage. Look down there, world wheels. Decent rubber as well. Mickey Thompson ET Street SS. It's the stuff you see that keeps life interesting. This thing, absolutely amazing. Check this out, 1960 Belair. With a light on the side, which is saying, you know, maybe it was a police car in a former life or something. This is so cool. Such big fins on the side of this thing. And look at those massive tail lights on it. And then that air conditioner on the side, you fill it with ice, and then as it pushed through there, you'd end up with cold air. Cars in this era were so big, so much metal, but so much style as well. How great is that? Super clean Resto Mod 1967 SSRS Camaro. Interesting things. Check out the engine in there. So LS9 supercharged, great motor. Of course, used only a couple of cars it was used in. Holden used them in the last of their performance sedans in Australia, HSV. But of course, also the Corvette ZL1 had it as well in the Z06. So this thing has had a ton of work. I wish you could smell the leather on it. It just smells amazing. Somebody's put a ton of money and a ton of work into this. This is a really, really, really neat build. A lot of carbon fiber. Just little details. Look at the carbon fiber around the edge of the wheel arches underneath. And then also the carbon fiber front bumpers. Even those braces across there. Mighty Mouse catch can, which means they probably up the boost. Look at that nice pulley assembly as well, and that carbon fiber cold air intake. This is a really nice build. We won't be doing a car of the week this week, unfortunately, just because of time constraints, but this would definitely be a car of the week winner if we were. Amazing, amazing car. Next to that 67, beautiful 69, also RS front end. Love those front ends on those cars. This one running straight LS3, takes it out to a 427. Massive Willwood brakes, huge rubber on the back. Very nice interior. Autometer gauges there by the look of it. I love cars that somebody's done a lot of great stuff to. Once again, carbon fiber spoiler, carbon fiber bumper on this thing. Look at these two side by side. How would you choose? I mean, it's just both beautiful cars. Really, really great cars.
That's going to do it for another weekend here at South OC Cars and Coffee. Another phenomenal turnout. Lovely day today as well. Huge shout out to all of our sponsors. We have Maguire's, Polestar, Pacific Air Cooled, Next Level Detailing, Teen Road to Safety, RPM, Tesla Aftermarket Accessories, Mazda North America, LKQ Pick Your Part, and then Bridgestone Tires as well. I do want to give a huge shout out to all of our volunteers as well for helping us put on this show each and every week. Remember, if you want to become a volunteer, hit us up on Instagram at South OC Cars and Coffee Merch. It's where we handle all of our volunteer rostering. And then while you're over there, check out these all the new merchandise that we have. We have these really nice thick embroidered hoodies. Then this green t-shirt is going to be coming out either next week or the week after that. Remember, if you are coming to South OC Cars and Coffee, please remember no revving, no speeding, and no burnouts as well. We just do want to protect this show. We want to keep the neighbors happy as well.
Absolutely. Big thank you to the outlets of San Clemente for allowing us to be here. We couldn't do without them, so please remember to support all the stores. Make sure to say South OC Cars and Coffee send you. Thank you also to Ruby's and Rockwell's, Ruby's in particular, for giving free coffee and free donuts to all of our volunteers. And of course, big thank you to the City of San Clemente and also the San Clemente Chamber of Commerce for their support as well. That's it. Have a great week. We'll see you back here next week for another South OC Cars and Coffee.
Thank you, guys.